I'll be going. Hey everybody, Steve Young again with ServiceTech Secrets, and I'm so excited. I have one of our very first testimonials for our 14-day challenge with us today, and his name is Franco. Franco, thank you so much for taking time on your schedule and joining us. We really appreciate you doing this, man.
No problem. Hey, it's a pleasure to be here.
Cool. Well, look, if you would just introduce yourself. Who are you, where you're from, and what do you do, man?
All right. So my name is Franco. I live in Spanish Fork, Utah. I've been doing service for a couple of years. I've been in the HVAC industry for about 15. So yeah, like I said before, I'm excited to be here.
Cool. Well, cool. If you would, man, just tell us what's your situation currently right now with being a service tech, and what made you want to start the 14-day double your sales challenge?
Yeah, so right now I actually just started working at a new company. I should say that I returned to a previous company that I was working for before. It's actually been my second week. Today's Monday. I'm starting my second week in the field. So I've been between switching jobs from one company to another for the last 3 weeks or so. But this has been a great experience. So far, it's been really, really amazing.
So what caught your eye? First of all, how did you hear about ServiceTech Secrets, and what made you want to join the 14-day double your sales challenge?
I had a Facebook friend that's in the industry, and he was part of the ServiceTech Secret group. And he actually asked me to join the group, and that's how I came across you guys. And you know, I kind of came across a few videos, and everything seemed pretty legit. And I was like, man, I need to give this guy a try and see what it's all about.
Okay, cool. So, awesome, man. Well, we're glad you did. Tell us about you started a new job. You used to work for these guys. You came back to them. You went somewhere else. You came back to them. Tell us about your experience first couple of days on the job. You're like, oh, I'm back with this old company, and what did they do with it? Tell us what happened.
Yeah. So, like you were saying, I came back to this company, and first week with this new company, they actually had me riding with a trainer, with this other guy, and it was kind of cool to see. We were able to learn from each other. But talking to this trainer, I was like, hey, so how's your month been? He's like, man, my month really sucks. And I'm like, okay, well, let's see what we can do to get it up. It's almost the end of the month here in a couple of weeks, so let's see what we can do. And it's been kind of amazing to see the changes.
And this is just as you had went through the first week of our training. It was a 2-week double your 14-day double your sales challenge. You just completed 1 week, and then the very next couple of days, I think the very next Monday, you started your first day at this job with this guy.
So my first day at this company was on a Thursday, and that was my 4th day being in the training.
Right.
So yeah.
So what happened on the calls? Tell us what happened. We're all waiting.
It's kind of funny. First day, we were all doing maintenance calls. There was no service call and no repair calls. They were all tune-up calls, maintenance, and things like that. First day out on the field with my trainer, we were able to turn over about 60,000 worth of equipment and IAQ. I've never had a day like that. So first day out on the field, it was crazy.
Okay, hang on. I don't think everybody heard what you just said. And the first day, if I'm not mistaken, the first time you told us, you said, yeah, we went to a call and we were about ready to walk out with a 0 ticket, and then you thought to yourself, hey, why don't you tell the story? Because you've already told me. What happened?
Yeah. So the first call, we came out of there with a 0 ticket. Pretty bummed out, feeling down. I tried a little bit of what I was taught on the training that you guys provided, but I kind of let the trainer run the call, see how he did things. I gave my take here and there, but I didn't really run the call. I let my trainer do it all. So we came out of the first call, feeling kind of bummed out, feeling like we could have done better, definitely. So we were like, okay, we need to reset, and we need to tackle the next call. So we pulled up the next call. It was another tune-up call, and luckily it was a 3-system house. So they had 3 systems in this big house. They were about 10 years old, if I believe. So not too old. But we actually went to that call, feeling pretty good. And the trainer was like, well, I'm actually going to let you run this call and see where you're at and just kind of take some pointers from you. So like I said, we tackled that call. I did most of the talk, but it was both of us working, both of us talking to the customer. And like I said, we were able to turn over about $55,000 worth of equipment and IAQ sales on that job, which it was pretty amazing.
And that's fantastic. I'm blown away, dude. I'm so happy that happened. The way you explained it to me the first time is that you're on that second call and it was just kind of going okay. And you go, why don't I try some of the stuff they were teaching me in the training? Yeah, right? And then you started asking the questions and everything all of a sudden started clicking.
And the funny thing is that I did, and this is what's crazy, is that I did exactly what you guys teach us to do. I didn't change anything. And the crazy part is that it's so simple. All you have to do is ask the simple questions at the right exact time, and you have to say it a certain way, right? So
you nailed it. You nailed it. That's exactly the truth. It's not hard. It's just you got to follow the system and do it exactly like that. And how much did you do on that second call? The second call,
that sold for $55,000.
$55,000. Yeah. And how much commission was generated on that call?
So we get 4% out of all that ticket. So we're talking about maybe around $6,000 roughly.
Holy moly, dude, that's crazy. I'm so happy for you. And then that was just one of the calls, $55,000. You did exactly what we taught you to do within the first 4 days. On the fourth day, you're actually saying the words that we taught you to say. You make a $55,000 sale. And then what happens? Didn't you do some more sales? Didn't you have some other really good sales? What's happened since then?
So the day after that, we turned over about, I think it was about $20,000 worth of equipment and IAQ as well. The next Monday, I'm telling you, this was crazy. And we kind of got together with my trainer and I before we started running the calls that next morning. And he's like, okay, like, I want you to help me out. I want you to start out the call. We'll do exactly the same things that you did yesterday. But this time I want you to let me say it and ask it, and see how it goes. So that's we were able to tackle it and see, what worked.
So your trainer is saying, hey, let's do the same thing because he's supposed to be training you.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, why don't you let me do the call? You just tell me what to say. Exactly what you said.
Yeah, that's how it went basically. And then again, this was after my 4th day of training with you guys. It was amazing. It was crazy to see everything.
So 55,000, then another 20,000 the next day. And then what else? Tell me what else has happened since then.
All right. So the Monday after that, let me see, Monday after that, I was on my own actually. And I did $2,000 worth of sales in IAQ. Turned over one job and it sold for $7,500.
So that's another $9,500.
Yep. But on Monday, then I had Tuesday and Wednesday for Christmas and Christmas Eve off. And then I actually finished up top of my department this past week. So that was crazy. And the crazy thing is that I ran 4 calls the whole week, 4 calls. And I sold $16,000. I finished up the week with $16,000 on 4 calls.
Congratulations, man. I'm so happy for you, brother. That is awesome.
Thank you. Yep, it's been amazing. And today, Monday of the second week out on the field by myself. So far, I have $7,500 on sales, and I have a couple of turnover jobs pending that will most likely sell tonight. So we'll see how that goes.
So far this week you have $7,500 in sales of yourself? And it's just Monday. It's just the first day of the week.
Yep, first day of the week. So.
Okay. You got 2 turnovers that are pending. Wow, that's awesome, man. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm really excited. The difference has been amazing. Amazing.
As far as the commission that you've generated total, what would you guess that in the short week or two that you've been doing this, actually implementing, how much commission would you guess roughly you've generated just in the 2 weeks?
I say anywhere between 12 and 15,000 on commission.
Just in commission.
Yep.
That's awesome, man. I'm so happy for you, brother. Woo! Yeah. What does that do for you? I mean, I know you were hurt beforehand. Tell what kind of position? Because you told me when you came here, and you're like, man, I could end up the few dollars it took me to get into this thing.
Yeah, I actually talked to you guys about this while we were in the training, but I think it was the Friday before the training started. I approached my wife and I was like, hey, like, babe, like, you know, there's this training going on. It looks really good. I'd love to join it, but I don't have the money right now to come up with it and pay for it. Like, what do we do? Do we, you know, we were having the car insurance due around the same time. We were like, well, you know, we only have enough money to pay for the car insurance. We don't have money to pay for this training. And I was like, well, do you think maybe we can postpone and be late on the car insurance and take this training? I really think it'll do worth it. It'll help out. You know, if anything, I'll come out making more money than I was before. And for me, the amount that was due for the training required certain sacrifices. Yep, exactly. So the wife was like, well, okay, let's try it. You know, anything is good if we can help out your, you know, help and improve your situation. Let's try it out and see what happens.
What's your wife's name?
Donna.
Donna, tell Donna we said thank you.
She's actually here. I don't know if you want to say hi to her.
I do. Have her come on the camera.
Babe, you want to come over? Here, I'll just have you listen to this.
Hi, Donna.
So this is Donna, my wife.
I'm Steve. Wow, Franco, you're a lucky guy.
Yep. I worked it out pretty good, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Yes, sir, you did. So, Donna, I thank you for joining us just real quick. I'm doing a recording here, and I know it was a big decision for you guys as far as, you know, coming up with the money for him to get involved in the training. How do you feel now about him having going through just 2 weeks of the initial training and the success that he's had?
Yeah, so I knew after a couple days that he started it that it was just giving him way more.
We can barely hear you. Can you lean more towards the phone? I'm not sure.
That's probably because he has the mic.
There you go. Much better.
So after a couple of days of him training, I just noticed that he was way more motivated. Like, I knew it was going to be a good thing because he hasn't like went out and looked for any kind of training on his own ever before. So
wow.
when he approached me with this, I was like, okay, this is really something that he wants to do. So we should really consider it. And if that's what you want to do, like, I supported him, you know.
Wow, that's huge. You guys don't even know how huge that is. Because a lot of people, first of all, Franco, for you to have the guts to say, hey, look, I want to reach out and I want to make a change is huge, instrumental. Two, for your wife to support you in that and sacrifice something that maybe you can put off. I mean, that's just gargantuan for you guys. And then for you to come out of the gates and do what you did and make as much money as you did in commission and know that you got something that's going right for you. Gosh, how does 2020 feel for both of you guys right now financially?
Oh, it's I don't know if you can hear me, but it's looking pretty amazing. Like I said, last day of this month will be tomorrow. I have it off because of New Year's Eve, but I'm finished up the year strong and looking forward to start 2020 with the bang. I mean, last week I was like, babe, you know what I want to try to do this week? I want to hit platinum, being my first week out on the road. And they call it platinum when you're, you know, one of the top techs out there. Being my first week out on the road, I'm like, babe, you know what would be really amazing if I can hit platinum with only 3 days of work this week.
That's awesome.
Like, that would definitely, you know, send them a signal of what I'm all about. So I was out there and I was up on platinum top.
Donna, I got to ask you one more question, Donna, before I let you go. So you invested and you said, hubby, we're going to give it a go here. How does it give you, what peace of mind? Does it give you peace of mind to know that financially your husband's onto something and he's going to be able to, you know, provide for you guys and that things are looking really bright? I mean, what kind of peace of mind does that give you?
Yeah, definitely.
You need the other earbud. You need the other earbud. There you go. Thanks.
Technical difficulties.
No, we're good.
It definitely gives me a peace of mind. I know that he will, with whatever training that he gets, he will really implement it and try and do his best, because that's just the way that he is. And we practice and practice and practice. And
You guys are practicing together?
He was a big part of it too.
Awesome! That is so awesome.
We sat down on the table. We were practicing. We were walking down to the furnace, and I was showing her everything. She was a big part of this success too.
Oh my gosh, Donna, that is so fantastic. Wow,
Yeah.
you guys, that is magical. I mean, really? I mean, I bet you there's going to be a lot of people who watch this and go, oh my God, I'm getting my wife involved in this. That is so good. Well, Donna, thank you for joining us, and thank you for sharing and investing in your husband and taking hands on us. I promise you, when he joins the mastermind, I know he's meeting with Gene here in a few minutes. We're going to take care of him. And if you haven't seen the testimony we just made from one of the other girls that's been through our training, she's on track. She did 25 grand in commission last month. She did $35,000 in commission this month. And she's been through a few months of our training. Once he gets in there, I'm telling you guys, it'll be like, oh my God, everything's going to change for you financially speaking. You won't have to worry about your car insurance. I promise you that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, good talking to you.
Thank you. Happy New Year, Donna.
Happy New Year.
All right. Franco, last question for you, buddy, is what did your boss say? Wasn't he sending you message, your new boss? What did your boss text you? I think you shared that with me.
I actually, I sent you guys a screenshot of this, but the owner of the company reached out to me within the first week of training. And he's like, dude, like, we are so happy that you're back. It's like, we miss you more than you may even think of. You sure are a team player, because I was helping my trainer succeed as well, right? It's like, you sure are a team player, and you have no idea how much we miss you. Thank you for being the way you are. Thank you for everything that you're already doing. So.
Dude, that is so awesome. So I'm going to plant the seed with you. What One Source has going on, Scott Bidwell in Colorado Springs, you can bring to your owner's company, and you guys can have the same environment. And that's you others supporting each other, going through the training. So plant that seed, get an appointment set with Gene, with you and your boss. I'm telling you, it'll make going to work the best thing you ever did. I mean, the people that work at One Source are just loving the fact that everybody's in the training. They're supporting each other. They're helping each other, and it's making the difference in their life.
Awesome. That's awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm so excited for you. I'm so happy that you took the chance, man. You stood up. You said, you know what, I'm gonna sacrifice something else. So congratulations to you. Looking forward to seeing you in the private mastermind. Anything else you want to say to somebody who's maybe in your shoes, that's out there thinking, gosh, you know what, I'm not making enough. I can barely afford this or that, and I can't provide for my kids. What would you say to those guys that are on the fence and they're struggling?
Yeah, definitely. I just want to say to whoever, if anything comes across this video, this training it's definitely worth it. It's worth it. Anything you got, it's worth it. It's worth your time. It's worth your money. This stuff works. Now, you do have to participate. You do have to put your own effort to it. You're not going to get anything if you're just listening to the trainings and then going out there and not doing anything about it. Like we talked to my wife just barely. My wife and I sat down. We were going through the script. We were practicing. How do I say it? How does this sound? If it sounds wrong, correct me. This is how it's supposed to sound. So you have to do your homework. It's not going to work if you don't do your homework. But I know for sure, for a fact, and the numbers don't lie, that this stuff works. And it's worth it. It's worth it.
Awesome, Franco. Look, man, I can't thank you enough for taking time out of your evening and your family. I'm so happy for you. I can't wait to see you inside the private mastermind. You guys have a fantastic evening, and Happy New Year to you and your family.
Hey, thanks for everything you do, guys. We appreciate it, and Happy New Year's to you.
Thanks, Franco. Good night.
Yeah, you're welcome. Good night.